Hi, do you have a high level of talent? And because of that high level of talent, you have really high expectations for your performance. And then when you go into competition and you don't perform up to those expectations, you tend to berate yourself or get frustrated. Hi, I'm Dr. Patrick Cohn. Today in Sessions with Doc, I'm going to answer a question from Leah about how when she goes into matches, she tends to get really negative with herself after mistakes. You're watching Sessions with Doc, unrehearsed and unscripted answers to your mental game questions. Here's the question that I received from Leah. She said, with my athleticism and training and my talent, I have super high expectations and I expect to win often. But in matches, when I make mistakes, I berate myself. I get frustrated and lose focus. Now, I expect to do these things in matches, which hurts my confidence. Am I a perfectionist or just being negative with myself during matches? Well, Leah, great question. And this is something that I deal with every day with my personal coaching students. And yes, you do have some perfectionism. When you have super high expectations, you price into the bar of you can't make any mistakes, you can't miss any short balls, you can't miss any volleys, you can't double fault. Those type of expectations can really get in the way of your confidence. It's one of those confidence killers I discussed last week in last week's video. Now, high expectations, you think, well, that sounds great. If I have high expectations, I have high confidence. No, it's not that way. If you have high expectations, you have low confidence. I call that the recipe for disaster. In other words, most athletes that come in have very high expectations here, but then their confidence is here. Why? Because they can never perform up to their high standards or their high expectations. They never reach that ultimate goal. They price in perfection. And then they question, well, why can't I reach those expectations? And I think that's what you're doing with yourself when you go out to play. You expect such great things and you expect to win points and win sets and win matches. And when that's not happening for you and you're making mistakes, then that causes the frustration. So yes, I do believe you have some perfectionism in terms of, at least in terms of your expectations. It doesn't qualify you as a perfectionist, okay? But you do have some perfectionism going on. Now, the problem with perfectionism in sports, and in this case in tennis, is that not only the expectations, but you tend to be very hard on yourself and very critical of yourself after mistakes. And that's problematic for your confidence. So not only do you have to learn how to manage the expectations, I call it the confidence expectation connection, you have to have high confidence without these expectations that are getting in the way. That's the first step for perfectionists in terms of building their confidence. Understand we want confidence, a belief in your ability. We don't want the demands and the judgments that go along with expectations. The second part of that is you have to start being your own best friend on the tennis court. If you make a mistake, you have to understand that you're not perfect, you're human, you're going to make mistakes, and that's okay. So having more self-acceptance is also going to help you after you make those mistakes as well. Remember, confidence, we want the steady wave of confidence. We don't want you on the roller coaster of confidence, which I'll talk about in a future video. So think about no expectations, high confidence, and being your own best friend when you don't play up to your standards. Thanks for your question. Hey, if you want more information about how to improve your confidence, check out peaksports.com and look into the Confident Athlete. Or if you have athletes that are 12 and younger, you can check out the Confident Sports Kids CD and Workbook program. Also, please subscribe to our YouTube videos. And in addition to subscribing to our YouTube videos, I would suggest that you can watch another video in this series on confidence. Thanks.